We set up. Are we there?
You're there. All right.
Will it matter if I take my sweater off?
No. Can you put the mic very gently? Can you put that in between you guys? Yeah.
There we go.
And then just pick up the other mic.
Pick up this one when we talk?
Yeah.
Okay. Does it matter? Will we have to finger over the microphone or anything?
No.
Okay. All right.
Ready? Okay. Melinda, just don't go off the screen.
Which way does she got to go to get off the screen?
How far can I go?
Yeah, you're gone now. You're headless. You have one shoulder.
She's going to come in?
Yeah. Just not even like 2 inches. Yeah. All right. You're good. We have to figure out the YouTube situation, but you're on.
We're on. We're live. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Foxton Equine Nutrition Live. Am I not supposed to say that anymore? I can't remember. Anyway, so those of you who see us, if you see us, please send us a question. Type it into the comments, right? Is that where they type questions?
There's no one on yet.
There's no one, just in case. There's always a chance.
There's
some straggler.
That's it.
Wandering.
There's one person.
Oh, wow. Who'd that be? Type a comment into the...
Tell us who you are.
Tell us who you are and where you're from, please. Yep, we would love to know.
All right. Have you learned anything interesting about equine nutrition this last 2 months since we last went live, Melanie?
Have I learned anything interesting? I don't know that I've had anything new. There was I attended the AAEP conference in Denver in beginning of December, and they had several papers on nutrition, and there were some very interesting ones. There was a very good one by Dr. Pagan of Kentucky Equine Research, and he's talking about generalized horse nutrition, but in his case, it pertains to performance horses, not to sedentary horses. And he was talking about omega-3 fatty acids, and there was a discussion about the various ones. You know, there's EPA, and then and the best one is dexahexanoic, DHA. DHA seems to come mostly from grass. That's the horses that had the highest DHA levels were the ones that were consuming fresh grass. And they did an experiment where they looked at sunflower seed oil, fish oil, flaxseed to try and to up the DHA levels in horses that were low. And they found that the thing that did it the best was grass, which is very interesting. So fish oil is the next, and then flax, and then of course sunflower doesn't do it. Dexahexanoic acid.
Dexahexanoic acid.
DHA is so for those of you who are concerned about omega-3 fatty acids, grass is your friend. If you can't give them grass for whatever reason, it looks like fish oil is the next best source. And then flax comes quite a way below that. And then even lower than that, well, no benefit at all from sunflower seed oil.
Really?
Yeah. So that was a very interesting paper that Dr. Pagan gave us. And then he was talking about some other things to do with, he works almost entirely in horses that are performing at a reasonable level of athletic performance. So because he's not concerning himself with Cushing's. And he's talking about the carbohydrates that the horses need, and that they do need to have a certain amount of carbohydrates in their diet if they're going to run, if they're going to race, or be be athletic. So the low sugar diets are not suitable for performance horses. No. If you want your horse to run around the 3-day event, you're going to have to give him some carbs. So that was an interesting one. And then there were, a couple of other papers that were not as interesting, I have to say, but they were also quite interesting. There was one, of course, on feeding horses with metabolic syndrome, basically, overweight horses. And it was the standard, not too many simple carbs, not too much sugar. Exercise is important. All right. Do we have a better camera angle now? Do I look better?
You do.
Oh,
That's
my
why I was
goodness me.
like,
It was too low before.
Too low.
Getting the nostril angle.
So do we have anybody
like guys
listening to
on-
us?
it wasn't that bad. But
Okay. So yeah, that was an interesting one. AAP in Denver, Colorado. Very interesting meeting.
did you go to any interesting meetings?
Not Farrier related, but what have I done recently? Just been riding. I went fox hunting the other weekend.
Ooh.
First time since I've been in Virginia.
Am I allowed to tell them about your project?
Sure.
So which hunt is it?
Bull run
The Bull Run
hunt.
Hunt have a hunt coming up, which is called the Vixen Hunt, only for women. And Malinda is making herself a bright pink shad belly.
It's
to
like
wear.
Pepto-Bismol
It's
pink.
Pepto-Bismol pink.
I bought a prom dress from the thrift store for $7.50, and I'm making it out of that.
What thrift store?
Goodwill.
Goodwill.
Oh, that's a deal.
Yeah.
Right.
I know. You know how prices at Goodwill were like ridiculously expensive the last several years?
Yeah.
When I went the other day, I was pleasantly surprised that a lot of things were like
They were down in price.
$3 and $4.
Back down to reality. huh?
Yeah, not like $10 for a
Huh.
thrifted shirt.
Okay. Yeah. So Melinda's been fox hunting. I have
Well,
not.
once.
Once.
It counts.
It counts. It happened.
No, my mare was fine. It was her first time.
She behaved herself.
Yeah,
It's
she
not the
was
first time you fox hunt that's the problem. It's
Yeah,
the second and
it's
third
the-
times. Yeah, when they've learned that they get to gallop.
We didn't get to gallop.
Okay.
We were
so,
just hilltopping.
So when she learns to gallop, then she'll be like, yes. So yeah. So anyway, hopefully those of you who are listening to this will send us some questions. We look forward to it. This is an experimental setup. We have actually in a different place, and those of you who've watched before will notice that the
Yeah.
background is very
No more
different.
zebra.
No zebra, no fake plants. We're up in my
You'll
loft.
have to move the zebra up here.
No. Do you know how heavy that zebra
I'm
is?
sure it's heavy.
Yeah, we don't have enough muscle power to get that zebra up these stairs.
You
Anyway, so
underestimate
send us questions if you are paying any attention at all to this live, please. Do you have anything, Dee Dee?
What else?
Is that your phone?
Yeah,
Can
this
you
is
turn
my.
the notifications off?
My God, I put it in airplane mode. How about that? She's moaning because of my phone.
Could be like me and nobody ever texts me.
No one contacts you. No one wants to speak to you. Well, they do. They're usually like, my shoe's fallen off my horse.
Yeah.
9:00 at night, Yes, ma'am.
Bailey asks, what are we doing for fecal water syndrome?
What are we doing for fecal water syndrome? There's a couple of things, and it depends. Some of them you might have already tried. So I'll start with the most basic. Number one is to feed a little wheat bran into the feed, dry, add it to the feed. You could use kaopectate, which is purchased from the ag store. It's sold for diarrhea in calves. You give them 60 cc's by mouth with a syringe. Or you just take a good hard look at what you're feeding. Make sure there's nothing irritating or deleterious in the hay and in the grain.
Melinda, can you pick up the little mic? And then this question is for you.
Oh, yay.
Penelope asks, how often do you have your average horses' hooves tended to by your farrier?
Me, I recommend here in Virginia like 5 to 6 weeks. 5 weeks in the summer, maybe 6 weeks in the winter. When I lived in Wisconsin, we could stretch them to like 7 or 8, but that doesn't seem to be the case here in Virginia.
Because we don't have the cold.
Yeah, well, and their feet just fall apart in the winter, or I mean in the summer with moisture and everything. That was not really an issue in Wisconsin.
Okay, Melanie's turn. Two Sisters asks, what are your thoughts on the unbeatable feeds for insulin-sensitive horses?
Unbeatable is sugar beet pulp. Just make sure you buy the one that does not have molasses, and I'm pretty sure it does not have molasses. But if it doesn't, if it does, don't buy it. But look for an unmolassed sugar beet pulp. Is excellent for insulin-sensitive horses because it's actually digested in the hindgut, not in the foregut. The sugar's been removed, and it is what we call fermentable fiber. So it gets into the hindgut and it gets fermented by the bacteria, which produces volatile fatty acids. So it's a very good, useful feed, especially for insulin-sensitive horses.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay.
More questions, but at least somebody hears us. Somebody out there hears us. Send us more questions. We like questions, ones we can answer.
We'll make something up otherwise.
Yeah, otherwise I'll make stuff up. And then you don't want that. Okay, this thing won't sit like that. Okay, I have to put it this way.
We should put it on a stick.
Yeah, back and forth.
Usually it's good for just one person. It's
Yeah.
just like,
Normally she pins it to me.
Yeah.
well, this whole thing is supposed to be like temporary until we figured out what was happening with TikTok. And remember how TikTok got sold? It didn't get sold. It's banned. It's not banned. It's banned again. It's not banned again.
Right. Meanwhile, it just trucks along.
So
Who knows? They might get sold still to Larry Ellison, in which case, yeah. So anybody else out there, send us a comment, questions. We'd like to hear from you all.
Shannon says, hi from Scotland. Would you recommend a change of feed for an opinionated mare who doesn't? I'm sure there will be more.
Oh, she
Have
got
as
cut off.
much turnout with it being winter.
I would reduce the grain and increase the hay. That would be the best way to handle them. And then add some extra magnesium, if you could, which I'm sure you can find at